Apefather is up and ready. Business time. A lot of people keep asking me the same question. They're like, if Boss Blunt is getting his interview with Charles Payne, like especially Antonio Miranda, he's like, go out there, get your interview. It doesn't make sense to do it right now. All right. This guy thinks that we're all, in my opinion, losers. That's what he thinks. That's his opinion. Let's face the facts. He doesn't take us seriously. Did you hear the interview with the Marine? He's like, go get, your shine box. Go get more organized. Go get your act together. Okay. And maybe, just maybe at that point, someone's going to hear your message. Okay. I would rather deal from strength. Whether or not you believe it or not, it makes no difference to me. I'm getting emails. Okay. A lot of people are believing in me. A lot of people are saying, Apefather, you're onto something. This is the way to victory. This is the path to victory. Okay, which once again, it's not a solicitation for an investment. Okay, this is just an idea. That's all it is. It's an idea. Okay, send me an email if you like it. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not asking for a solicitation for an investment. Okay, once I get enough emails, which I'm getting a lot, okay, I will hire a law firm. Okay, probably one of the most prestigious law firms out there. And I've already researched all of this online. I just want you to know I already did my DD. All of this is very possible. To have, an ape, just say the average amount that we're probably looking at is around $2,500, okay, that you have to put up, not now. Okay, this will be only after all legal documentation is filed. Okay, and you get a chance to review that legal documentation. Now, the idea is to use these funds to acquire AMC, okay? Or if not, the next part could be to set up an entity. This is the worst case scenario, okay? That could acquire 51% or more, be the majority shareholder, and have voting rights. But preferably, that's the worst case scenario. Because people sometimes ask me, they say, Apefather, what happens if Adam Aron simply and the AMC board of directors do not sell to you? This is another question I get asked a lot. I feel like I have to keep repeating myself. I said, if worst case, you basically incorporate an entity, and this entity could acquire 51% of AMC. Then they can't stop us because AMC is a publicly traded company. That's something they can't stop. And that might actually be a great way to even prove synthetics. Just that alone, you want to laugh? The fact that we could go out and still acquire 51% of shares of the company, that's something I could probably go to Gary Gensler with. I'm like, how come, I would say to Gary Gensler, if there's institutional ownership, right, of AMC, correct? We're supposedly, according to Adam Aron, supposedly own 90% of the float, yet I was just able, through an entity, to go acquire 51% of AMC. That might be the evidence in itself, right there. Potentially, okay? So in other words, the way I see it is either way, it's a winning plan, okay? Which is the ultimate plan, acquire AMC, meaning we actually get Adam Aron and we actually get the board down the line. Not now, not today. This is all in theory. This is entertainment purposes only. But down the line to agree to sell AMC. We're not there right now. We're not there. And I don't know why I have to keep repeating myself, because people keep asking me the same questions. Why don't you get an interview with Charles Payne? What am I going to say to Charles Payne right now? Tell me. The only thing is going to be it's going to be very like an argumentative interview. I'm going to say to him, Charles, listen to me. You don't know the power of the apes. You don't understand what we're going to accomplish. So it's going to be, my interview with him will be very defensive. It'll be very defensive. And I just feel like, why bother? There's no point. There's no point. All of the people who are currently getting interviews with Charles Payne, in my opinion, look like morons. They look like mamluks. They look like stunads. That's what they look like. Okay, because they're not organized. The Marines wasn't organized. He wasn't. He thinks he was, but he wasn't. Not for the big picture. Okay, and he hasn't accepted my debate yet. So I wanted to debate him. Okay, Boss Blunts. This guy's. I don't even want to waste my time on that guy, because that guy's just like, he's way out there in space. That he actually thinks the 10-for-1 reverse stock split is a good thing. I did just wake up. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Well, the question you got to ask yourself, brother, is I know you want your AMC Moaz money, but the question you have to ask yourself is how do you feel you're going to get it? Okay, so let's talk about that. Do you feel the stock market is fair? Okay, see, because I have this conversation with a lot of people. Do you feel after 2 years that we've been doing this, that we've been in this play, that magically and mystically, Gary Gensler is suddenly going to decide to do his job? He's going to wake up one day, he's going to smell the cappuccino, he's going to, this smells really good. He's going to pour some Sambuca in it, he's going to do a nice little shot, maybe of espresso, and then suddenly wake up and say, I think today I'm going to actually do my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go after the dark pools. I'm going to go after payment for order flow platforms. I'm going to investigate Citadel and Citadel Connect. I'm going to expose the synthetics. Okay, so what are the chances Gary Gensler is going to do his job? I would say you have a better chance, okay, of actually having a leprechaun. Listen to me. An actual real leprechaun come to your house, knock on your door, and give you a pot of gold. You have a better chance, okay, of that happening, the leprechaun. So if Gary Gensler's not going to do his job, right? Okay, what are the other options? Okay, so let's talk about those. Is Adam Aron going to suddenly start caring for the AMC apes, right? I don't think so. Nah, not a guy who sold $50 million, okay, in AMC shares for himself. Not a guy who's making close to $20 million a year in compensation. Doesn't want the Moaz. Doesn't want the Moaz. Okay, so you really got to ask yourself that what options, what are you going to do? Buy and hold? Because I see a lot of people are still saying this shit. They're still saying it. They're like, listen, I'll just buy and hold. For how long? Until all of eternity? Like when are you going to stop buying and holding? That's the question. When are you going to stop? Like at what point? It'll be like, AMC's on the verge of bankruptcy. You'll still hear these people. They're like, that's going to start the Moaz. That's going to start it. It's like, there's always going to be some kind of a conspiracy theory. It's just, listen to me. It makes more sense to go with what you actually know is a winning plan. And that winning plan is when people who are in a leadership role are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You got to get them out. That's it. That's the key. You got to get them out, and you got to replace them with a new leader who will do what is required for the retail investor, who will do what is required for the AMC apes to win. V for victory. And it's really simple. I don't understand what is complicated. I feel that this plan is the most simplistic plan that even a 6-year-old could understand it. And you're all adults, right? I mean, or you're not, or you're babies. Who am I talking to? Okay. Tell me if this is not a simplistic plan. Okay. Email me, meaning that there's no solicitation for an investment. You're just emailing me to commend me that you think it's a good idea. And you're saying, I'm in. I like it. I like the idea. Okay. What is my email address? Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Now, listen, whatever this thing is that you're saying, I mispronounced idea or idea. Okay. Listen to me. Cut the BS. You're all worried about stupid things. I'm trying to create something that is greatness, that is history in the making. Okay. But it's like you're thinking of, I don't know what it is. I don't care, because you know what I've learned? Let me tell you what I've learned. Every single time I do a live stream, you're probably wondering why I keep doing it. Every single time I do a video, I'm getting more emails. Unfortunately, I can't help the haters that have to come along for the ride. That's it. So that's the thing. It's like every single time I'm doing this, I'm getting emails. I'm getting people who are interested. I'm getting people who are saying, hey, Father, you're onto something big right here. But unfortunately, there's a price I have to pay. And the price is that the haters, they come for their feasts. They come to eat. That's it. These live streams, my videos are a way for haters to hate. And that's what they do. and there's nothing I can do about it. So they're going to abuse the way I speak. They're going to abuse my house. They're going to abuse my car. They're going to abuse my finances. They're going to abuse everything. So there's nothing I can do about it. I can't control that. And his number one hater, who's also the biggest hypocrite and the biggest liar in the world, Sam the Great. Let me tell you something. Sam the Great is by far, I thought Chad Clifford was the biggest hypocrite. Nope. You beat Chad Clifford, my friend. Sam the Great is the biggest hypocrite on earth. Here's a guy who says to me, this is what he does. He keeps emailing me constantly, messages, not emailing me, messages saying, "Hey, Father, show us your win-loss statement. You said that you lost about $40,000 at the casino. Show it to me. Show it to me." And then he just kept breaking my balls every day, every single day. "You're full of shit, Apefather. You're a liar. You are not telling the truth." Okay. I finally get around to it because I have a very busy schedule, despite what you all think. I'm very busy. I'm running a house, a family. It's not easy. Everybody depends on me, okay, to put food on the table and to support. So you could all think whatever you think, but I have a lot of work to do. Now, and that's just on a financial level. On a care level, I have to care for my children, my wife, my mother. That's a big job too, caring. Okay, it's called caretaker, helping my family who are in need. Now, another thing is this. So I provide Sam the Great what he asked for, all right, which was my win-loss statement. He tells me like this: "Apefather, you're a man of your word." This is what he says. He goes, "I will always defend you. I'm always going to be on your side." Okay. Maybe 2 days later, the guy starts breaking my balls and hating me on something else. So do you want to know what I've learned about people who are haters? You can't satisfy them. You can't satisfy them. Like, here's an example. There's this other guy, Apefather, call out Apefather BS. Okay. So I'll give you an example. I made a little bit of a mistake. All right. I get confused. I forget. I recently purchased a used car. Okay. But it's paid for. It's no note on the car, $31,000, which is the GMC Arcadia. Now, the thing is, I said it was 2020. So the guy kept calling me out. I looked at my registration. I'm like, you know what? It's 2019. Okay. But here's the thing. They're not going to stop hating. Look, I don't believe in buying new cars. Okay. So because people keep asking me, why don't you buy a new car? Because it's a bad investment. It's a bad investment. Like, why do I want to make a bad investment for? As soon as you buy a new car, you drive it off the lot, it instantly loses about $10,000, $15,000 of its value. That's stupid. You know what I mean? I trade in my cars every maybe 2 or 3 years. So why would I do that? What is the logic of that? So I would rather get a very great looking and a reliable car, which I believe the GMC Arcadia is. Okay, that's going to last me for like 3 years. And guess what? The car's got everything in it. It's totally loaded. I got leather seats. I got dual sunroof. I got the Bose system. My ass is hot. I got the ass heater, the back heater. I got everything in this car. OnStar, everything that you can imagine, all the technology. Okay? What more do I need? And it's paid for. And I get low mileage. It's reliable. I got everything on this car. So I'm good. But you see, I'm just trying to make a point that even when I continuously give the haters what they want more. It's like the expression, you give a mouse a piece of cheese, it's going to want a cup of milk. That's it. They're never satisfied. So it shows me these people, right? They just want to hate. They're coming here to hate. They're not coming here to make a difference. They probably don't own AMC. They're probably not even invested in the stock market, most of these people. I believe that most of these people work for Citadel. They're probably Citadel stakes. Most of these people are dreamers if they don't work for Citadel. They keep saying the Moaz is incoming. I like these people are, like, to me, no different than Pookie. You ever see the movie New Jack City? A lot of these people remind me of Chris Rock. He played a part Pookie, which was basically a crackhead, okay? That's what, Moaz is incoming. It's coming. It's incoming. It's been incoming for 2 years. You friggin' morons. It's been incoming for 2 years. They're still saying this stuff. It's like they're probably watching Finance News, New York Angelo. I mean, I can't. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is actually produce results. You see the difference? Results. Let me see. It's all Sam the Great, basically. Sam, you're a hypocrite. No offense. Listen to me. You didn't even keep your word for about 2 days, and you're trying to make me look bad. Sam, I kept my word with you. I kept my word. And you know what, Sam? I'll keep my word again. I will get interviews with Charles Payne, but it's just not the right time to do it. And you're the one who's closed-minded. You want to set me up to look like a fool because ultimately you want to know what it is, Sam. You just want me to look bad. That's all it is, Sam. Can we put the cards on the table? Listen, can we put the cards on the table? I am your entertainment, Sam. I am your entertainment. And you're not here to see me win. You're not here to see the AMC Apes win. You're not here to see retail win. You're here to see all of us lose. And you just want the popcorn, the free popcorn that you're getting, okay? And you want to sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. That's what this is about for you, bro. And don't think I don't know it. Don't think I don't know that, because I do, okay? But remember something, Sam. This is what you don't understand. And I want to give a very big shout out to all the haters. Every single time I make these videos, every single time I do a live stream, I am getting people interested. You don't realize it. See, because what's happening is you're taking a piggyback ride on these videos. That's what's happening. So you're coming along, you understand, hating, and hating. But guess what? While you're doing that, there are people actually listening. Yes, Sam. There are actually people listening. And they're saying, wow, you know what? Apefather is onto something, man. Apefather is going to do something really big for us. So that's why it's hard. It's a very hard thing, but a leader has to ignore haters. I have to ignore them. And I have to keep pushing my narrative. That's it. Because that's the way to win. So you can all keep talking and talking. You're obviously not, Sam, don't take this the wrong way. You're obviously not an intelligent person, okay? Because everything you're saying makes no sense, brother. You're saying make calls. Why would I call up Adam Aron right now? Why would I call up the AMC board of directors? Let's just say I got someone from AMC corporate on the phone, right? Now, let's assume they actually agreed. Hear me out for a second. Let's assume they actually said, you know something, for the right price, let's just assume we would consider selling. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I have no money, to give them. I don't have $3 billion, right, to give to them. Okay. So tell me, Sam, what the F is the accomplishment? They're going to laugh at us further, right? They're going to think of us as a joke further. Charles Payne is going to really think we're unorganized. He's going to think we're all friggin' delusional and psychotic. And this is what's, I really truly believe this is what Sam the Great wants. This is what he wants. He just wants, it's entertainment. He wants to laugh. He wants to see me make a fool out of myself. He wants a train wreck. That's what he wants. So that's why he's pushing the narrative, train wreck. Train wreck. Get Adam Aron on the phone right now. Go interview Charles Payne. For what? For what? There's no reason. Okay? The key here is to accumulate interest. Build interest. Awareness. Okay? But awareness for an actual winning plan. This is the key. Not awareness for a waste of time. Like a protest. Protest is a waste of time. Okay? What I'm trying to do is actual awareness for something that is a concrete, real idea. Okay, so that's what you all don't understand. Okay, listen to me, brother. When you say no one is going to invest in AMC anymore, you're speaking about yourself. So the first thing you have to do is you have to separate yourself because there are people that believe in AMC. Okay, you do not speak for all the apes. Okay, so you should really do that. And then when you say Ryan Cohen, listen to me. Ryan Cohen is Ryan Cohen. Okay, Ryan Cohen made billions and billions of dollars. Okay, pretty much off of Chewy and GameStop. Okay, you can't listen to me. what I'm not saying the guy's a great investor. Listen to me. The guy is a great investor. I love Ryan Cohen. I really do. But you can't put him in a category of another person. You know what I mean? It's the same thing like President Donald Trump, right? Okay, he's a billionaire. He did not take his presidential salary, right? Or whatever the case may be. You're putting people like Ryan Cohen, and I don't want to have this argument with you. Look, if I was a multi-billionaire, you understand, I probably wouldn't take a salary either. I wouldn't take a salary. But, if you're not a multi-billionaire and you're a retail investor working, your ass off for your retail brothers and sisters, for you to say that person doesn't deserve compensation, you're crazy. Okay, you're a nut job. That's all you are. You're a psycho. Because if the roles were reversed, right, and you were the CEO, okay, and you were actually working and doing something for your 8 brothers and 8 sisters, you bet your ass in Macy's window that you would want to be compensated. Okay, but once again, you're trying to make points that don't make any sense. No, bro, you don't believe in anything anymore. Just no offense, brother. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You don't believe in anything anymore. When you start believing, I'll talk to you. Okay. Here's the message. The people who still are in AMC believe in the MOAS. They believe that there are a tremendous amount of synthetic shares. They believe that for some reason, and we don't know what it is, you could call it corruption, you could call it whatever you want to call it. Okay. These synthetic shares have not been exposed. And the people who are listening to me believe that these synthetic shares, once exposed, okay, will cause the MOAS. That's what they believe. That's what I believe. You don't believe it because you completely gave up. You're finished, bro. You're burnt toast. You know what burnt toast is? You're burnt toast. Okay, but so okay, now you sound dumb. No offense. Now you sound just pure and simple like an idiot. So 1 minute you're saying nobody is investing in AMC. Let me understand this correctly. No one is investing in AMC anymore, right? Okay. Then you're saying that in order to start the MOAS, you believe there are actually synthetics. You just said that. You said, so I believe there are synthetics. So there's a disconnect somewhere, because if you believe that there are actually synthetics, then what your mission should be is exposing them. Okay? Hey, let me tell you something. GameStop could be number 2. That's what you don't realize. You have to have a starting point. There has to be a starting point. There has to be a step 1. There has to be the first domino, okay, before you start what's called the domino effect, okay? Let me just tell you something so that you understand this. Let me tell you something, okay? What happened January 28th in 2021, okay? GameStop was on the verge of a major short squeeze. Did you see all the effery that went down that day? Were you aware of that or no? Okay. Robinhood shut off the buy button. Listen to me. This is what you don't understand, man. You just don't get it, and none of you get it. The system is rigged. It's against us. So if you're counting on the system, this is what I'm trying to make all you understand. How do you think you're going to win? You know what it sounds like? Let me give you an analogy. It sounds like you want to make a career as a professional gambler. Let's just say in Atlantic City. You say, you know what I'm going to do every day, Apefather? I'm going to make $10,000 a day. Playing craps or whatever it is, playing blackjack, I'm going to make about $100,000 a day. Okay, so then go do it. Okay, but you won't do it. You know why you won't do it? Because you know it's not realistic. You know deep down in your heart, it's not realistic to be a professional gambler, right? So it's the same concept here. It's the same concept here. You will keep talking the talk, but you will not walk the walk. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you what it is. You know the system is rigged. That's probably why you're no longer in AMC. Let's face the facts. The reason why you probably sold out of AMC is you do not believe in the system anymore. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Or if I'm wrong, then correct me. You do not believe in the system. Right? Okay. So then let me ask you a simple question, you friggin' low IQ, friggin' dumb ass. Okay? If you don't believe in the system, why do you keep counting on the system to be the solution for you? Why do you keep counting on Gary Gensler to do your job, not to do his job? Why do you count on Adam Aron to do his job? Why do you count on media who doesn't give a shit about us, who is the enemy of the people, to be real with us and to keep it real? They're not going to keep it real. They're going to drive the friggin' narrative that the hedge funds want them to drive. Okay, but you see, do you see what all of you keep doing? You keep going back to that losing mentality, which is, oh, Gary Gensler's going to do his job one day. You say, like, a perfect example of this is the Marine. Perfect example. He's outside of Occupy, right? The SEC 2023, begging Gary Gensler, begging him to hear him and to acknowledge him. Like he said, Gary, you should tweet. Like he's like on a first name basis with him. You should tweet that I was here. You should tweet that the AMC apes were here. Acknowledge us. Did you ever think he doesn't want to acknowledge any of you? Because you're meaningless to him. It's the same way that Charles Payne wrecked the Marine on the interview, because Charles Payne and Charles Gasparino of Fox think we are a laughing stock. He thinks we are a laughing stock. He's laughing. They're all laughing their asses off with us. You know what, Nunn? You're another one, brother. I don't know what happened to you, man. You know, you lost something along the way, brother. You lost something along the way. And I don't know if you can recover it. I hope you can, for your sake. It's amazing to me how all of you put yourselves in this like loser category. Okay, that's what you do. Do you want me to talk to you like a brother? Okay, I'm going to talk to you like a brother, and I don't care if you want to subscribe to me. I don't care if you hate me. I don't give a shit. Okay, listen, you put yourselves in a loser category. What is a loser? Let's talk about it. A loser is someone who settles for crumbs while someone else is getting the whole bakery. Ken Griffin is getting the whole bakery. He's getting the whole bakery. Okay, you're getting crumbs, and in some cases, not even crumbs. In some cases, you're losing money. Right? So you got to go to the Marines channel, Mexican boss. If you go to the Marines channel, you'll be able to see his interview with Charles Payne. Okay? It comes right up. Go to the Marines YouTube channel, click on videos. Not a hard thing to find. So anyway, getting back. If you get to a point that I got to, okay, in my mind, I realized no one is our friend. We can't trust no one, and no one is here for us. I just got to that point. Okay, I got to that point. And I've also gotten to the point where if you want to get something done, you got to do it yourself. That's it. If you want to get something done, you got to do it yourself. So I will go over my plan again. Okay? This is not a solicitation for an investment. It's not a solicitation for an investment. I am asking for an email. Let me ask you a question. How long does it take to send an email? Tell me the effort that is involved to send an email. Tell me. What is the effort? Go to a computer. You got internet access, assuming. What does it take? 5 seconds? 5 seconds to send an email to Ready Richard, Richard, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. That's it. That's all it's going to take. Now, let's say you do that. Are you ready? Let's say you do that, and I actually get 1 million apes. This is all assuming. You understand what assuming means? It's assuming. I get 1 million apes in terms of emails. I will take it upon myself, not you, me, to hire a law firm, a prestigious law firm. And I will explain to them what my idea is. I already looked online. There is a tremendous amount of opportunities where you could deal with people with a minimum investment, a startup point of $2,500. $2,500. And in a lot of cases, They could be non-accredited. They don't even have to be an accredited investor. There is crowdfunding platforms, but these are registered, okay, and regulated through the SEC. They're regulated through the SEC, okay? So what you would need to do is you have to follow state laws. You have to register with the SEC. This is something a law firm will do for you, okay? And you're good to go. Now, assuming that we raise enough money, you understand, through this platform, I could go to Adam Aron with strength. Like, see, this is the difference. You want me to be weak. I want to be strong. I could go to Adam Aron and say, guess what, Adam? What's that? What's that, Apefather? I have right now in a crowdfunding account, okay, that is registered with the SEC. I have $3 billion in that account. You do? Yes, I do. Okay. I could send you a letter proving this. Proof of funds. Okay. Now he sees the letter. That's called dealing with strength. Now you got something real. Now if I'm being interviewed by Charles Payne, he's going to take me very damn seriously, man. Charles Payne would probably be so impressed, he would faint on the floor. He would be like, man, when I was telling you to get organized, I was just thinking of a protest, Charles Payne's going to say. He goes, you're thinking of taking over. Charles Payne's going to flip. It's very easy, brother. It's not none. You want to laugh? Okay. I'm getting a tremendous amount of emails every day. Let's just say 1 million. 1 million emails eventually times 2,500 translates to $2.5 billion. Simple math, brother. It's not complicated. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be, Albert Einstein. You don't have to be Sigmund Freud to figure this out. So it's a very simple process, brother. If you first line up the emails, listen to me, because I know you're very close-minded. And I know, and this is probably why, don't take this the wrong way, you're not meant in life to be a billionaire or to be someone very successful. It's not in the cards for you, brother. You know what's in the cards for you? Crumbs. That's in the cards for you. You understand? Licking the leftover crumbs off Ken Griffin's friggin' jock. That is what is in the cards for you. All right? Oh, finally, Mexican boss Balls acknowledges the Apefather is right. Look at the comment. Mexican boss Balls, who was breaking my balls. You were breaking my balls for the longest time, acknowledges I was right. That is correct. He didn't mention anything about naked shorting the Marine. Charles Payne asked him a question. Listen, can we start the interview off? Why are you protesting? This was the question Charles Payne asked the Marine. Why are you here? The Marine did not mention anything about naked shorting. The Marine did not mention anything about payment for order flow platforms. The Marine did not mention anything about dark pools. Nothing. I mean, I could keep going on and on, failed to delivers and all that stuff. But do you want to know what the biggest thing is? The biggest thing is he didn't mention anything about the synthetics, about the phantom shares. So then go do it, none. None, listen to me. Go do it. See, now none is trying to challenge me. Go do it. If you feel that you could go out there and do it, I don't know what he means when he says create. Are you just talking about fake emails? Okay, well, fake emails is a waste of time. But if you feel you could go out and do a better job than me, then do it. Mexican boss, he didn't mention anything. This is why I'm upset. You want to know why I'm upset at the Marine? Because everybody, this is another thing. You know what everybody says to me? They say to me, Apefather, you have no respect for America. This is what I get. You have no respect. This is a person who served our country. God bless him and his family, and you're being disrespectful. Okay. You have to differentiate between the fact that he served our country, which I greatly, greatly respect. You understand me? I started off making many, many videos about the Marine, and I was a big supporter of him. You got to look back on my older videos. And I said, I love what you're doing, brother. Godspeed. God bless. Thank you for serving our country. God bless you and God bless your family. And thank you for your service. Here's the problem. He did a terrible job. That's the bottom line. He got an opportunity to have an interview with Charles Payne. He didn't mention anything about the corruption. The protest was a complete and utter failure. It was a complete and utter failure where not only did he mention nothing about the protest in terms of the corruption, Charles Payne handed his ass to him, man. Look, listen, you guys could all laugh, but listen, people every single day raise money for startups. People raise money every single day for acquisitions. Okay, so you want to know what it is? These people are not you. let's face the reality. These successful people, in many cases, who become billionaires, are not you. That's it. You know, let me tell you who you are. Okay, you are what's called losers. There are winners and there are losers. You know what a loser is to me? Someone who settles for less than what he is worth. That is the definition of a loser. If you settle for less than what you're worth, does that make you a winner? Can I ask you, can we have like a real conversation? What are you worth? Because I believe, listen to me, that if handled correctly, AMC could have a market cap in the trillions. Let me repeat that with a T. I didn't say billions. Trillions with a T. Okay. So that means all of us could be potentially very, very rich and very successful. But the thing is, do you actually believe? See, you know do you know who really sounds foolish? Do you know who really sounds stupid? None sounds stupid. What's up, Blackjack? How you doing? Yeah, he's back in AMC, of course. I heard that Lou was accepting super chats too. Is that true? What happened to Lou? Remember? I will never take money from the apes. I will never take it. I heard that Lou, besides, he was selling his ebook. His ebook, by the way. Not even, a paper, not even, a real book, an ebook. Anyway, Lou might be accepting super chats at this point. Again, I'll say it's alleged, but this is what people were telling me. Lou is accepting super chats. And the reason why, if this is true, is because Lou is simply not making the same YouTube ad revenue he was making before. Yes, Mexican. And did you see when he said that, how the Marine didn't even respond to it? Did you see that part? So Charles Payne said, let me ask you a question, though. Ken Griffin made $16 billion, right? Citadel is like the strongest hedge fund in the world. I don't know if you know this, okay? He's like, do you really think that Gary Gensler is going to ever do anything to Ken Griffin than maybe a mere slap on the wrist? He goes, I picture Ken Griffin sitting back in his chair, smoking a big fat Cuban cigar and laughing at the apes. You want to hear the Marine's response? I'm going to speak to my senators. I'm in the hopes that Congress will one day pass something that will help us. That was his response. And if you don't believe me, if you think I'm lying, look, if you think I'm lying, go look at the interview. Corruption. I would talk about naked shorting. I would talk about everything that's going on in the dark pools, payment for order flow. I mean, look, that's a guarantee, brother. Now, he could have said the word alleged. If he wanted to protect himself legally, he could have used the word alleged. I use that word like every 2 seconds. Alleged, alleged, alleged. He could say entertainment purposes only. He could say, I'm not a financial. He give a disclaimer. Not a financial planner. It's not financial advice. This is entertainment purposes only, Charles Payne. But listen, I believe allegedly there is a tremendous amount of naked shorting going on at AMC. There it is. Now he protected himself legally. Okay? Now he protected himself. None. He didn't even mention anything. He didn't mention anything. Yeah, but you want to know what it is, Blackjack. I will go on Charles Payne. Listen to me. I promise you all something. Right now, I make a promise to you. I will go on Charles Payne on Fox. I will be interviewed one day, but here's the difference. When that one day comes, I want it to be that I'm dealing from strength. I'm dealing from leverage. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to make Charles Payne beneath me. He's going to be blown away by me. See, you know what I loved about Donald Trump? Because a lot of people sometimes ask me if you're not a Trump supporter, they're like, what do you like? What did you love about Donald Trump? I'm going to tell you what I love about him. He puts himself in a certain level of power, obviously becoming the president of the United States of America, right? Now, what happens is he'll be talking to whatever it is, media people, and they'll treat him with disrespect, right? He'll be talking to someone, right? It could be anybody, and he'll say, listen, I am the president of the effing United States of America, he'll say. Are you? You're nothing. You're a lightweight. He says, you're a lightweight. You're nothing. You show me the respect that I earned and that I deserve. I love it. I love that shit. Okay, I love it. And you know why I love it? Because it puts that person who's talking to Donald Trump in a position of weakness. He just took away, he drained all of your power. He made you feel like a nothing. He made you feel like a peon. Because you want to know, at the end of the day, you can't argue with him. He is the president, or was the president. But he, at the time, he was the president of the United States of America. So you can listen, you could disrespect him all you want. You could abuse him all you want. You can't take away he's the president. Okay? That's called dealing from power, dealing from leverage. Look, everyday people do startups, none. Why don't you do a little homework, brother? Why don't you do a little homework? Why don't you do a little DD? People do startups every single day. That's it. This is not uncommon. There are companies that raise unlimited amounts of startup money. In some cases, to start up a business from scratch, or in other cases, to buy an existing business. This is done every single day. Okay. So the reason why it's such a shock to a person like you is, let's face the facts. You never did anything like this before. Now, I'm not saying I did, but I was involved in very high-priced real estate. I will tell you that. I was involved in my life with very high-priced deals. I was. And I have a little bit of experience that you maybe don't have. And I can tell you, this is a very, very possible thing to do. It's not complicated. But the thing is, it has to be done right. That's the thing. It has to be done right. I will destroy Charles Payne. But again, Antonio, would you rather me go to Charles Payne with nothing? In other words, or would you rather me go to him? See, it becomes entertainment. You want to know what it is? If I destroyed Charles Payne, it would be funny. We would all laugh. You'll laugh. I'll laugh. But at the end of the day, he'll think that you know what the apes would probably tell me if I just humiliated Charles Payne, if I humiliated him, right? You know what the apes would say to me? They'll say, you're an embarrassment. This is what they'll say. You are an embarrassment to us. You're making us all look like friggin' mamalukes, okay? See, at the end of the day, I think most apes like the Marine over me. And the reason why they like the Marine is because the Marine kept it very respectful. He dressed up, he put a little tie on, you know what I mean? He put a little suit jacket on. He came out of that Washington, hotel looking professional. And, he kept it very professional. That I will say. He kept it professional. But the thing is, he didn't mention anything about the corruption. He didn't talk about naked shorting. He didn't talk about dark pools. He didn't talk about payment for order flow. He didn't talk about nothing. Look, anybody who's interested, I already told you, I'm not asking for any money. I'm not asking for any money. You see, none is making. If you're saying you're on my side, send me an email. Send me an email, and then I'll believe you. None. Send me an email. Here's my email address: Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Let me repeat that. Richard, Richard, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Can I tell you the truth? You know who's holding back this idea? It's not the Ape Father. It's all of you. You're the ones, let me tell you the truth. You're the ones holding back this idea. Because if all of you had the same diamond balls of steel that I had, if all of you, I'm going to put up $2,500 too. I'm no different. Listen, sometimes people ask me, they're like, are you going to put up? I am. At the end of the day, I'm a retail investor. I'm an AMC ape. I would never ask someone to do something that I was not prepared to do myself. I would never ask someone to do something I was not prepared to do myself. If you're going to put up $2,500, right? I'm going to put up $2,500. See, this is the thing. People are thinking that I'm trying to make money. They're thinking like, this is the thing. They're like, I would never make money off the apes. Let me make myself crystal clear to you. I would never make money off you the way Adam Aron makes money. I would make money that I earn. See, that's the difference. There's the difference. Like if I was getting paid, like let's just say as a CEO, let's talk about my compensation for a second. If I was getting paid $300,000 a year, you bet your ass. I know you won't believe this, but I'll be at that office bright and early. I know you won't believe it because you're like, Apefather, you sleep till 12 o'clock. No, I'd be there. I'd have a suit on, and I would be taking care of the best interest of the retail investor. That's who I would care about. I'm not there for AMC's creditors. I'm not there to kiss ass with the hedge funds. I'm not there to be bought and sold. I'm there to represent the best interest of the retail investor. Now, the way I see it is if I do a good job and there are certain milestones that I reach, you understand? There are certain accomplishments that I reach, then what most CEOs get compensated in is stock. You know, like recently, Adam Aron was issued like something over 1 million shares. Over 1 million shares of AMC. It's part of his comp package. Okay. But the thing is, he doesn't deserve it. In other words, this dude's getting like $19-20 million a year. He's not doing anything. He's driving the company into bankruptcy. And I love it how he says, "Oh, I'm not gonna sell any more shares." He goes, "I'm holding with you," and I see all of these people love it. I'm holding with you. But he says this after the guy sold $50 million worth of AMC. He says this after the guy made $20 million a year in his comp package. I mean, give me a break. See, dynamics and logistics. If I really had the time, I really should sue a person like you, but I just don't have the time because there are too many haters out there. It's like, you want to know what it is? I would have to literally sue thousands and thousands and thousands of people for like libel and slander. Everybody keeps talking about this GoFundMe that I did in the past. What you all don't understand is that the money from the GoFundMe page was refunded to the apes. And what you don't understand is I advanced personal money. I advanced my own money, my own effing money to help our ape brothers and ape sisters in need. And it's like, how dare you break my balls? There were people, dynamic synergistics. Listen to me. There was an ape. His name was John. I don't want to talk about his last name without his permission. He was sleeping in his car. He had no hotel or no roof. He had no roof over his head. I sent this guy not one, 300, 200. I sent him $600. I sent him 2 times by Cash App, $300. Because of me, he was able to eat. He was able to get a hotel room. Okay. And I could go on and on. There was this guy, C. Diddy. Okay. His mother passed away. His wife had a baby on the way. He lost his house. His house was burned down. I sent him money. There were apes, they needed surgery. The poor guy's daughter, Jim, his daughter needed surgery. I sent money. I sent money to support the Marines. I did ape trivia. I sent the apes money. But you see, you know what it is? No matter what I do, people like dynamic synergistics are always going to hate. That's it. And you know what? He can't back up anything he's saying. He can't back it up with fact. So what he does is he lies. He lies every day with this guy. That's why you want to know why I didn't honor my bet with you? Because you're not worth honoring it. None of you are. None. That's why. Because you're all like, how come you didn't honor that bet? With Harlem, where you said that if you didn't get 100 million views, you want to know why? Because none of you are honorable. None of you are honorable. Not one of, not single. None of you would have went down there if I would have won. Let's put the cards on the table. If I would have won the bet and I would have got 100 million views, no one would have went down there. You know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, 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 I hate you. You know it's true. Not one of you would have showed up at Harlem. So basically, it was kind of like the Honeymooners. You ever see the Honeymooners before with Jackie Gleason? Okay. Ralph Crandom, the bus driver from Brooklyn? Okay. So he had a coin. He used to joke with Ed Norton. He used to say, Art Carney was there. He used to say, look, heads I win, tails you lose. That's the bet. It's like a coin. So in other words, in both cases, Jackie Gleason, Ralph Crandon wins the bet. That's how it's like when you deal with haters. You know what it's like when you deal with haters? I lose either way. If I win the bet, I lose because nobody's going to show up. Nobody's going to show up. If I lose the bet, they expect me to be honorable and get punished. That's not the see. Let me explain something to you, you moron. Dynamic synergistics. Let me explain something to you. Look up what gambling means. When you get a chance, this is what I want you to do. Look up the definition of gambling because it's called taking a risk that might actually have a repercussion. Okay, when you make a bet, dynamic synergistics, you want to hear dynamic synergistics bet? Here's his bet. Rich, if you win the bet, I will not partake in a racist bet. I'm not showing up. I want nothing to do with it. Count me out. Count me out, Rich. Okay, but here's the thing. If you lose the bet, I expect you to show up there and hopefully get murdered. Yeah, that sounds like a very fair bet, dynamic synergistics. No, but bro, you're right. You didn't make a bet. Listen, I want everybody to read Dynamic Synergistics' last comment. Can we read it together? I didn't make a bet. You did. Okay. So now here's the thing. But what is a bet? What is a bet? A bet means that there has to be two parties involved. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. So in other words, if you did it, listen to me, it's like a contract. If you have a legally binding contract, it's between two parties. You understand? Okay, that's why they call it a legally binding contract, because the other party can't get out of it because the other party then could get sued. The fact that you never agreed to a bet, it was never a bet. It was never a bet, dynamic synergistics, because not only you, no hater agreed to any repercussion. No hater agreed. So don't you understand dynamic synergistics? If I would have got 100 million views, assuming, neither you nor any, like Vera, Chad Clifford, No Limit Soldier Strike Force, none of you would have showed up to Harlem. So the way I see it, if you're not going to honor the bet, neither am I. That's the way I roll. Apefather is a fair guy. Now, if you were going to honor the bet, like if we had a real bet, I would never break my promise. I would never break but it wasn't a real bet. It wasn't a real bet. None of you were serious. None of you were willing to take any risk. None of you were willing to take any type of punishment if I won. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it was a Ralph Crandon bet. You know what I call? I call it the Jackie Gleason bet. What is the Jackie Gleason bet? The Jackie Gleason, heads I win, tails you lose. Heads I win, tails you lose. That's it. So that's not fair. That's not fair. And that's it. So end of discussion with that. End of discussion. So let's move on. Antonio Miranda. Yeah, we're going to keep talking about the Adam Aron plan to overthrow Adam Aron. Apefather, there was only one thing that bothered me in that bet. You said, I am a man of my word. But you're not, okay, Antonio, once again, you seem like a very, very smart, intelligent guy. Would you agree that if the other party was not willing to honor their side of the bet, then that is called a breach of contract, correct? It's a breach of contract. So what you're not understanding is that no hater, including yourself, by the way, Antonio Morata, I'm not calling you a hater, but you know that you would not have showed up. Look, can we be honest with each other, Antonio? Would you have showed up at Harlem? The answer is no. So it's not, that's, to me, that's not a bet. That's it. That's not a bet. A bet has to be like, look, if I go to, I'll give you an example. Listen to me. If I go to a casino, now I'm not saying to you it's fair. Casinos, I believe, are rigged. But if I go to a casino and I take $1,000 out of my pocket, listen to me, I get 10 $100 chips. I put those 10 $100 chips on red, the color red. I play roulette. If I win, I get paid. If the color black comes out, I lose. That's it. Or if the zeros, the greens, I get half my money back. I only lose half my money. So that's called a bet. Now, let's define why that's a bet. Why is that a bet? And then after this, I'm done, and I'll get back to my plan, okay? Why is that a bet? Because do you see what happens? If red hits, I win $1,000. If black hits, I lose $1,000, right? The bet that I had with dynamic synergistics and all the haters is that if I win the bet, none of them have to be held accountable. None of them are going to show up in Harlem. That's it. If I lose the bet, I have to be held accountable. Okay, so that's that's not a fair bet. That's not a fair bet. WISA is doing well. Well, I gotta go check that out. I have a small position to that. Not to get off the subject. I don't even look those plays. I throw like $500 into them. I say, good luck. You know. Anyway, I got a little GameStop. I got some things. The majority of my holdings is AMC. The majority of my holdings is AMC. That's what I care about the most. Okay, can we just end the bet? Listen to me. Bro, Matt, listen to me, Matt. Would you have showed up if I won? You see, I wish that we could just simplify this. Look, I'll tell you what. Next time we make a bet, how about we do this? This way I shut all of you up. Let's make a legal bet where you get a notary and I get a notary, okay, and we'll sign a contract. Let's sign a contract that is something that will be legally binding so that this way I can't get out of it and this way you can't get out of it. The bottom line, it was not a legally binding agreement. It was not a legally binding agreement, which means you could have backed out. And you know what? All of you would have backed out if I would have won. So let's drop it. Next time around, let's make it legally binding. Let's make dynamic synergistics, okay, actually meet with a friggin' notary, show his like ID, let him sign his damn name, his John Hancock on the contract. And that's it. Listen to me, Doug. Every time I make a live stream, every time I make a video, I'm gating someone. I know it doesn't appear that way because, see, let me tell you what happens. See, a lot of people don't understand this. When I make a video, let's say there's only 15 people here or 20 people here. This is what Nunn does. Let me educate you, Nunn, because he doesn't understand. After I finish this live stream, people are still watching this live stream. And a lot of times, the people who are watching it are not haters. Many, many times. You don't realize it because while we're actually doing the live stream, it's only filled with haters. So your impression is probably like, this is a joke. This is a waste of time. This guy is only got haters. But what you don't understand is once I end this live stream, there are still people watching it afterwards. Now, those people may not be haters. I gotta be shh. You see? It's the same thing with videos I put out. There are actually people who watch my live streams. Maybe not now. Maybe they're not in it. It could be at a later time. It could be a few hours from now. It could be tomorrow. But they watch this live stream and they watch my videos and they send me an email. Once again, what is my email address? Richard, RICHARD, L is in Larry, E is in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Dynamic Synergistics, you're a coward. You're a coward because if I would have won the bet, you wouldn't have showed up. So listen, you're calling me a coward for something you never would have done yourself. What does that make you? You're a coward. I'll tell you what, dynamic synergistics. Okay. You want to be a tough guy? Listen, I have a proposal for you right now. I will make a legally binding bet with you. Legally binding. Okay? Seriously. We'll come up with something. Like maybe you believe I won't lose weight, or maybe you believe I won't get in shape or something. All right. And I will make a legally binding bet where I will actually get a lawyer. I will get a notary. I will sign it. Okay. And you do the same. And we can come up with a monetary bet. We can come up with a monetary bet where, we'll put together a contract. Okay. And I will honor that bet because I would have to. I would honor it, dynamic synergistics, because it will be legally binding. So keep talking about the bet. But you see, at the end of the day, you won't put up. You won't put up. You got no balls, brother. You want to? I'll bet you $50,000 that I will be 240 pounds in the next 6 months. Okay, right now I weigh 296 pounds. I weigh 200. So take the bet. Here's a real bet. I bet you $50,000, and I will be willing to put it into a contract. You want to take the bet? Do you want to take the bet? Okay. I want it to be a real bet. I want it to be something where you actually sign an agreement that I will have the right, okay, to put a lien on your house, to put a lien on one of your assets if you do not come up with the $50,000. And I will do the same. You can put a lien on, I'll give you the power of attorney of my estate that you can put a lien on my house. Okay. You want to take the bet? Let's see if he takes it. Okay. Because you want to know you're the coward. Dynamic synergistics, you're the coward. I'm not the coward. You want to make bets where you have no consequences. You want to make bets where you have no repercussions. That's why I backed out of it. I backed out of it because if I won the bet, you wouldn't have showed up. That's not a bet. That's not a bet. If I won the bet, Chad Clifford wouldn't have showed up. Matt the hater wouldn't have showed up. That whether that guy is, all of you haters would not have showed up. So that is not a bet. I will lose 2 Teslas on the line. What's up, Anthony Beard? All right, so getting back, Apefather has an idea. Let's talk about Apefather's idea to win. I call it V for Victory Plan. You want to know it? You want to hear it if you haven't heard it already? Let's take over AMC. This way, you might say, why do you want to do this? This way, we can fire Adam Aron. Right now, this is all entertainment purposes only. We all understand right now that we're talking about something that's entertainment purposes only. But how can we make it something that's not entertainment purposes only? How can we make something real? Let's talk about it. If I got 1 million emails, preferably more. You want to know the truth? Preferably more. I'm saying a minimum of that because that might not even be enough. And I was able to hire a prestigious firm, law firm, okay, that will put together, because I already studied all of this online. Okay, there are certain crowdfunding platforms that you could use, certain portals that you could use that is registered with the SEC, where a non-accredited investor could put up like $2,500. Okay, but this is something that I can't talk about because I want the law firm to handle it. Like here's the situation. I want a person that specializes in securities law, that specializes in each state with their rules and their regulations. They will coordinate all of this legal paperwork for me. I will pay them for their time and service. They will file all this legal paperwork with the SEC, and you will receive a contract, okay, whatever it is, what this law firm will provide to you. The law firm will provide, and they'll be transparent. They'll disclose everything, who I am, what's going on, what I want to be, which is the CEO. Okay, so all of this will be disclosed. All of this will be transparent. And then if you're interested, after you would review this with a legal professional, after you would review this with your attorney, yes, you might have to potentially put up somewhere between $2,500. I don't think more than that because I think that might be the limited for non-accredited investors. But the thing is, within a 12-month period. But the thing is this, I'm not asking you for money at this point. I just want to be crystal clear. This is not a solicitation for an investment. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm asking you for an email. That's all I'm asking you for. If this is something that you find interesting, if this is something that you say, I think this might work, fire Adam Aron, fire the AMC board of directors, overthrow all the corruption, put Apefather in as CEO, let him hire Share Intel, let him hire West Christian, let him, expose the synthetics. I love it. I love it. I love it loud. I want to hear it loud. Right between the eyes. A little kiss. But anyway, what am I asking for? I'm not asking for any money. How long does it take a person to send an email? Like, you see how long my live stream is? My live stream is now going on 1 hour and almost 6 minutes. It takes approximately 5 seconds to send an email. Here's my email address. Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. I'm in Apefather. That's it. In other words, I'm not asking you for money. I would see, let me explain to you why. Because a lot of people say, who was it? I think it was Antonio Miranda who said something, Apefather, you should let people send you a little bit of money now just to see if they're serious, right? Okay. This is the thing that Antonio Miranda doesn't understand, and what all of you, that is against the law. That is against the law. I cannot accept any type of investments from anybody because legal paperwork has not been filed with the SEC. That would be a direct violation of securities rules. If I would start accepting money from people right now, I would get in legal trouble. And you would all love it. You would all be dancing. Oh, what a feeling to be dancing on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. You'll be like dancing. You'll be loving it. Listen, I can't accept any money. That's the bottom line. So, in other words, legal paperwork has to be filed. You would have to have a full disclosure of everything going on. The SEC would have to be notified. The states, you would have to follow all the rules of the states. That's it. So, in other words, I can't do anything until all of that is completed first. That's what Sam the Great doesn't understand. That's what all these haters don't understand because they're not intelligent. They're like, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you make calls? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because they don't understand I can't. Well, here's one thing I can do. An email is not money. Okay? I can't get in any legal trouble for accepting an email. That's it. It's not illegal, none. Listen to me, none. Listen to me. It's not illegal. There's nothing I could, I would be willing to bet any one of you, listen to me. I can't get in any legal trouble because at the end of the day, I did not accept any money. You could say it sounds, listen to me. What could anybody do to me? Listen to me. If I did not accept any money at the end of the day, if I did not accept $1, right? There's been no money sent to me. How do I get it? Explain it to me, please. Because you're all so smart, right? None is smart. None is a genius. Antonio Miranda is a genius. Okay. How do I get in trouble if I did not accept any money? Tell me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the answer. Come on, go. I'm waiting for an answer, none. And I'm waiting for an answer, Antonio Miranda. If I didn't accept any money, how is this illegal? Well, someone with your name said that. I guess it's another Antonio Miranda. Look above. It says, it wasn't me. I know it's illegal. So you're saying it's illegal, right? Is that Antonio Miranda or is that someone? Is that a fake? Is that a bot? Let me educate. Listen, let me educate all of you on something. Can I educate all of you on something? The only way that anybody in this world can get into any type of legal trouble is a crime has to be committed. a crime has to be committed. So in other words, what is a crime? Like, let's define crime. A crime is someone has to rob the bank, right? So someone would have to go in with a weapon, right? Pointed at the friggin', the whoever it is, the bank teller or, the manager of the bank, say, give me money. I want money. Now, once they actually give you money and you got the gun to their head, well, that's armed robbery. That's armed robbery. Now, let's say you take a hostage with you, right? Okay, you're breaking the law. Okay, but now let me ask you a question. Here's a hypothetical situation. A guy walks in and just thinks about robbing the bank, but doesn't. Like, he's looking around, he's looking at the teller, he's looking at the manager, he's waving to the left. But ultimately, at the end, he doesn't do anything, right? He just walks in the bank, looks around, and then walks out. Is Antonio Maran, is that a crime? In other words, no money was taken, right? No weapon was drawn. No hostages were taken, right? Okay, so is that a crime? Let me ask you. You're all psychos, man. Listen to me, brother. It is not, first of all, this is not any type of, listen to me, crime. What I'm saying. It is perfectly legal. Listen to me. Okay, it is perfectly legal to raise money. Do you understand that? Let me explain something to you that you don't understand. You ever hear of like something called Kickstarter? Does that ring a bell to any of you? You ever hear of that before? Yeah, listen to me, people raise money through crowdfunding so are you trying to make me understand that they're all illegal? Every single person that does this, it's illegal, right? So why aren't they in jail? Why aren't all these people who raise money through crowdfunding, they should all be locked up according to you, right? Okay, I'm going to repeat this to you again. Listen to me. I'm not accepting any money. There is no agreement between us. We are not signing a contract. Okay, there is no contract. There is no notary. There is no lawyers that are involved in this. This is not a binding agreement, and this is not a binding contract. You know what it's called? Entertainment purposes. I even say it at the end of every live stream, and in some cases I say it in the if you look at the description. If you go to the description of the live stream, I say this is for entertainment purposes only. That's what I say. I say it's not financial advice. This is not a solicitation for an investment. This is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. I am the world's greatest entertainer. This is for entertainment purposes only. So look, here's the bottom line, brother. Am I in jail? No. Did Lou go to jail? Yes. I am not in jail. I am not in any legal trouble. I have not gotten in any legal trouble in my whole entire life. Can anybody else say the same? I have not gotten in any legal trouble in the whole history of my 45 years on planet Earth. I have not gotten any legal trouble. So listen, you all could keep hating. You could all keep your conspiracy theories. But here's you know what I like to do in life? I like to separate something called facts and fiction. Facts and fiction, okay? Here's the facts. I have never been in any legal trouble in my life. Fiction, all of you come up with all these different things that I've been involved with that I got into legal trouble. You say, oh, didn't you have an animal benefit concert, back in 2007, where supposedly you were going to open a non-kill animal rescue center? Okay, so here's what happened with that. It was very tough times. It was into 2007, into 2008. This was during the housing crisis. This was during the major banks falling. It was a crazy time in our country. I could not secure enough donations. I tried. It was a good effort. Okay. At the end of the day, Ticketmaster refunded all donations. That was it. That was the end of it. That was it. Okay. There was a major sponsor that backed out. All money was refunded. And then we canceled the concert, and it was a good effort. It was like I was trying to do a nice thing. I was trying to do a nice thing. But once again, no harm, no foul. Nothing happened. See, you're all trying to make it like something happened. Nothing happened. Okay? You say, oh, didn't you own a tutoring center called Sky's the Limits Tutoring? I did. Okay? And the person who was renting space for me took it over. That's it. That's the end of it. No conspiracies, no crimes, no nothing. It's Anthony Beard. It's very simple. Send an email to me, brother. Here's my email address. Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as an entertainer, 101 at gmail.com if you like my idea. And then I will keep you up to date on all of the progress. Right now, there's no money. This is not, and I want to repeat, this is not a solicitation for an investment, Anthony. I would never, ever accept a penny of your money until the SEC was notified, until all legal paperwork was filed, and until a major, major prestigious law firm provided you with some sort of financial documentation that you could consult with a legal and a financial professional. Okay? So this is not a solicitation for an investment. Just asking you for an email. So, like, think about this. If you don't email me, I can't keep you up to date on the progress. That's it. Here's the bottom line. If you do email me, okay, this is not a contract. We're not entering into an agreement. I just want to be clear. We are not entering into any form of agreement. It's an email. You're emailing an entertainer. That's it. You're emailing me. Okay? Entertainment purposes only at this point. Where we are right now is entertainment purposes only. You send me an email, Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. That's it. Well, then what is I have to accumulate a lot of emails, brother. Then what? I got to accumulate a lot of emails. Once I get a lot of emails, then maybe I could take it to step 2. Step 2 is hiring a law firm that is very, knowledgeable in securities laws and let them follow everything that needs to be done. Let them file all the legal paperwork. Let them set up whatever crowdfunding, platform that needs to be set up. It has to be done. Obviously, it has to be a regulatory crowdfunding that has to be registered with the SEC. The SEC has to be aware of this. Let them file all the paperwork. Let the law firm do their job, and then at that point, let the law firm provide you and provide everyone else with all the legal documentation, and then it's real. Right now, guess what? You can put up $2,500. You can do it, and you're going to understand everything will be transparent. Everything is going to be, you're going to read it. And now it's a real situation where once we raise, let's just say, let's call it 2.5 billion. Now we have something where I could actually go to Adam Aron. I could actually go to the AMC board of directors with a real type of offer, right? And I can say, well, I raised $2.5 billion, or I raised $3 billion. And I can say to them, I want to acquire AMC. I am making you an offer to, whatever the case may be, assume the debt, and buy you out. That's it. Of which then, when we get full control, we can fire Adam Aron, we can fire the AMC board of directors, and then we can run the show. I didn't see it, Anthony, because I'm on the live stream, but as soon as I end the live stream, I will respond to you. Thank you, brother. I will respond to you. But you see, now here's an example. Do you see what Anthony Beard just did by sending an email? If every one of you would stop procrastinating, right? If every one of you would stop masturbating and jerking off, right? And actually take action the way Anthony just did, we would have this friggin' thing done. But you're all, except for Anthony. Anthony is the man. Anthony is the man. I love Anthony. God bless. Why can't you all do this? Because, it just sounds like a scam. It's like, you know what's a scam, brother? How we've been treated through Adam Aron. That's the scam. You know what it is? You're too stupid, all of you, to realize what the real scam is. The real scam is this effing friggin' stock market. That's the real friggin' scam. What Ken Griffin is doing. That's the corruption. But you know what's so funny is you can't friggin' differentiate. You're the scam ape father. What am I the scam? What did I ever do? I helped the AMC apes. I helped my ape brothers. I helped my ape sisters. What is Gary Gensler doing? What is Adam Aron doing, you friggin' mamalukes? What is the AMC board? You know what they're doing? They want to take away 90% of our shares on March 14th. That's what they're doing. Captain Obvious, you know I love you, brother, right? Look, I love this guy. I have been in contact with Captain Obvious from the beginning, and I love him, all right? But Captain, I just feel somewhere along the line, brother, you gave up, okay? And I just feel that you don't understand there are tremendous amounts of synthetics, allegedly, right? In AMC. There could be billions, brother. There could be tens of billions, brother. There could be hundreds of billions. So why are we giving up? I just don't understand. Like, why are we just hanging up our gloves? Why are we saying, I want nothing to do with this anymore? Why are we doing that for? Why not instead try to fight this thing? You know, and that's why I'm telling people, send me an email. Send me an email, Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Don't you understand, Captain Obvious, that if I could get a tremendous amount of emails, I could then go to a very prestigious law firm. I could have them, file all legal paperwork with the SEC. I could have them provide you and provide everyone else with legal disclosures, and you'll be able to see everything will be disclosed and transparent. And we could potentially, if, at that point, if we did some sort of a crowdfunding that was a regulatory crowdfunding through the SEC, and each person, let's say, put up around $2,500, and you had 1 million people, you have $2.5 billion. Now, again, it could be more than that. I'm giving you just an example. It could be more than $2.5 billion, but it has to be done correctly. I would never raise money without informing the SEC. I would never raise money without all legal paperwork being filed first. So I just don't understand. Am I the only one who I feel like I'm the only person besides Anthony Beard who understands this logic. It's very simple logic. Email me, step one. I accumulate enough. Now you all have the understanding though of what the process is. That's the thing. It's not like you don't understand what the process is. Yes, at some point, of course, listen to me. After all legal paperwork was in fact filed, and this now became something that the SEC approves and the SEC is notified about, it is our intention to do a crowdfunding regulatory platform to acquire AMC. Okay? Here's the thing you don't understand, Captain Obvious. This all could be a reality. If we all put up 2,500 each, and we could raise somewhere between 2.5 billion or more, you don't understand. This is real. This isn't like Nunn. You know how Nunn is laughing, this guy, this idiot Nunn? Okay, what he doesn't understand is this could be real. This is not fake anymore. This is real. But we're not there yet. And I'm certainly not going to do anything that I feel is illegal. Look, I am 100% about law and order. You understand? I am a patriot of our great country, and I believe in law and order. And I would never, ever do anything that I felt was illegal. It would never happen. Okay? I'm no, Bernie Madoff. You understand? I'm no Ken Griffin. I'm no Adam Aron. Okay? Allegedly, whatever it is that they're doing. I'm just simply saying that I follow law and order. And I would never accept any money. unless all legal paperwork was filed. And it has to be done correctly, and the SEC has to be notified, and that's how I do things. I'm not Lou. You understand? I'm not Lou. And from what I understand, brother, this guy, $2,500 times 1 million is 2.5 billion. This guy, Bravo. Brother, did you fail that math? Oh, the second one, he said billion. 2,500 times 1 billion is 2.5 billion. Billion would it be? Did I fail at life? No, not when you're worth 2 million, brother. Not when you have a family. Not when you have children. Not when you have a beautiful house. Not when you have the things I have. No, I didn't fail at life, brother. I'm a winner at life. What's up, Tommy? You see, I just want to make a point to all of you. I want to make a point to all of you. You see how that guy Anthony Beard? Now this is just a guy that happened to be on the live stream. Sent an email. Did you all see it? You witnessed it, right? You saw it in the live stream. Anthony Beard said email sent. Okay? Oh, thank you, brother. He likes my car too. He's complimenting my car. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. No, but I just want to make a point to all of you. I want to make a point. When I end these live streams and when I end my videos, a lot of times the people who are actually interested and send me emails are not people who are actually on the live stream. They could have actually seen this live stream later in the day, okay? Or they could have saw my video later in the day. See, because that's what I get a lot from people. They're like, oh, you're not getting emails. Yes, I am. I am. You may not know it, but I am getting it. Okay. Just the other day on the live stream, there were like 2 or 3 people. Remember Zadie Savage? And there was another guy, a Clark. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm in. We'll send the email. We're going to send it. So, see, this is the thing with this guy, Nunn is laughing, right? He's laughing his ass off, this guy, Nunn, right? I'm accumulating emails. So you could keep laughing. You could keep, having a good time, brother. I'm moving forward. And if you weren't such a dipshit, okay, you can help me move forward instead of laughing your ass off. You know who's laughing their ass off? Adam Aron is laughing their ass off. And as Charles Payne said to the Marine, Adam Aron is not the only one laughing his ass off. Ken Griffin is laughing his ass off. He's laughing at us. So it's like everybody's laughing at us. And what is this guy Nunn doing about it? What is he doing? You know what he's doing? I'm wishing on a star to find out where you are. I'm wishing on a dream. That's what he's doing. Come on, those are high notes, no? Listen, you can keep laughing because you're a Citadel State cleat. Or whatever your name is. What is your name? Clint or Cleat? You can keep laughing, but you're a hater. You're a hater, brother. God bless Anthony Beard. God bless Tommy. Well, if that's your real name, brother, I would strongly suggest changing it. Watch your name. Watch your name yourself Bukak. That's a good name. Watch your name yourself Mikia. Mikia Peppers. That's a good name, right? Asshole Bowl Saver. That should be a name, I think. I actually one time called the guy. His name was Asshole. His first name was Asshole. I couldn't believe it. One time, you want to laugh. I know you're not going to believe this. I taught a piano student one time. I had a student. He was an Asian, an Asian kid. His name. You're not going to believe me. I know you're going to think I'm making this up. So what happened was he walks in. I was in this Brooklyn music studio. He walks in. His name is Mr. Kong. His mother's name is Mrs. Kong. So right off the bat, I'm like Kong. I'm like okay. So we sit down at the piano. I start the lesson. I said, "Can I ask your first name?" He says, "Yeah, my name is King." I'm like, "Nah." I said, "You're lying." He says, "My name King, King Kong." And I'm like dying, man. I'm like, wow, wow. I lost that piano student. The mother, I think, ran out screaming. But their name was King Kong. Are we on the same page with this upcoming reverse split? No, we're not on the same page. You think it's a good thing, and I think it's a bad thing. And I think majority of AMC apes think it's a bad thing. You're like the one of the very few that think it's a freaking good thing. Yeah. Clit Torres. Not Cleat, Clit. Clit Torres. How could anyone think that losing 90% of our shares in this market? You want to know who it's good for? Look, I understand Adam Aron's motive. I get he wants to pay down the debt. I understand all of that. I get it. But what you're not understanding is this. Don't think that that necessarily means it's going to start the MOAS. Because look, let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. Remember when AMC was at 72 and we were all like, thinking like this is it. We're ready to explode. Well, look what happened, man. Look what happened. So anybody who thinks that this is a fair marketplace, anybody who thinks that these hedge funds can't continue with synthetics or phantom shares, you know, you're all crazy. You're all nuts. And who's going to buy AMC at $50 a share? So it would be like the combination of like a friggin', it would be like an avalanche, in my opinion. It'd be like an avalanche. Besides the fact that I don't see anyone buying AMC at $50 a share, besides the fact that the hedge funds and Terra, Citadel, they're going to have a feast. What happens if they drive the stock back down? Did you ever think about this for a second? So what happens if they drive the stock back down? People start selling. Now we have lost 90% of our shares. I want you to think about this for a second because you're all dumb. You're all dumb. We lost 90% of our shares. They drive this thing back down. Now, listen, put yourself in Adam Aron's shoes. You think Adam Aron cares about the retail investor? No, he doesn't. Don't you all have basic common sense? Don't you all have basic brains? Adam Aron only cares about himself and AMC's debt. He don't listen to me. He doesn't care if we all lose our shares. He doesn't care if we all lose all of our money. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care because at the end of the day, if he pays down his debt, when I say his debt, I'm talking about AMC's debt. That's all he cares about. Bravo, you just don't understand, brother. Listen to me. If Adam Aron does get more shares, which he will, because that's part of his comp plan. I know he gets like millions. He gets tremendous amounts of shares. I think recently got over 1 million shares. Okay, what do you think this guy is going to do? He's going to probably sell these friggin' shares at low prices. Like look, let's face the facts. He sold in the 40s. He sold in the 30s. Don't you all understand something? For him, it's a win-win because Adam Aron is already, listen to me, the guy made $50 million. For him, he doesn't care. Listen to me. Even if he made another, let's just say he made another 5 million. Let's just say, just for argument's sake, he made another 5 million. Do you understand that we will never be able to get our money back? Because AMC would probably have to go to like $300 a share. Listen to me, you morons. It would have to go to like $400 a share or something for us to even maybe potentially break even. Okay, so Adam Aron, he's not waiting for AMC to go to the $500 a share or $600 a share. He'll get if this guy can listen to me. He's already a winner. He's already got his money. He made his money. He's retired. He's all set. He made his $50 million because of the AMC Apes, courtesy of the AMC Apes. He made $50 million. I mean, you guys are all nuts. How you keep calling him the silverback? The guy is making all this money while we're all struggling, while we're all suffering. He's making all this money. So he doesn't see, he's at a point, listen to me. He's at a point now, he just wants to keep that compensation coming in. That's it. So what does he have to do to keep the compensation coming in? He's got to lower AMC's debt, keep AMC afloat, and he keeps getting his $20 million a year. Meaning, in terms of his salary and in terms of his shares. And what do you think? This guy's not going to sell his shares again? Even you want to laugh, I'll make you all laugh. Even if by some miracle you're all right, let's just say, let's even say you're right, and AMC actually does have a major run, he'll probably sell it, and the whole thing will dump again. You know what I mean? So this guy's not going to hold with us. He's not going to hold for the Moaz. There is this theory of there's going to be a Moaz is not true. Because no one is going to hold. The only way that I see that we have a chance for victory is we got to get his ass out. We got to get his ass out. We got to fire Adam Aron. We got to fire the AMC board of directors. We have to be in control. Hashtag take over AMC. Acquire AMC. How do we do this? Step one, send Apefather an email. What is Apefather's email address? Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Let Apefather accumulate 1 million emails. Let Apefather consult with a major prestigious law firm. Let them file all the right paperwork, the legalities with the SEC. Let's start something that is registered and regulated with the SEC, a crowdfunding platform where apes could put up $2,500. We could raise $2.5 billion, $3 billion or more. And let's see if we could acquire this thing. And let's see if we could do it before March 14th. That's the key. Let's see if we could do all of this before March 14th. That's the way I see it. I'm going to be leaving now because I got to eat my breakfast. It's getting late. I need to get a little egg. Actually, I got to be healthy. Maybe some egg whites. I got to get a little egg whites in me. Maybe I'll do a little egg white with a little spinach. How you doing? A little mushrooms. How you doing? So I just want to end this live stream by saying this. No problem. Anthony, God bless you. I love you, Anthony Beard. You did a great thing. No, I wouldn't share. No, I would, Anthony, I would never share your email. I mean, listen, just the fact that you're saying it, people know it's real. Okay? This live stream. So now here's how you know it's real. Listen to this disclaimer, you haters. I'm talking to all the haters out there. Are you listening to me, haters? Okay, great. This live stream is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. This live stream is not legal advice. I am not an attorney. This live stream is not meant. It is not a solicitation for an investment. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. No money will be accepted. This is not a solicitation for an investment. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. So I will leave you off with, here is my email once again. Richard, RICHARD, L as in Larry, E as in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Once again, for entertainment purposes only. God bless. We'll be in touch. Apefather out. Wow!